episode 16, talking about how much the audience should have when making decisions in stuff. Yeah.
Great description.
This was one of the topics I had written down, but with today's casting of the new Doctor, it kind of got in my head, so I wanted to talk it out. Also got into an argument with a person on Reddit, so need a way to vent my frustrations. So, because of you, the new Doctor is female. Somebody Whitaker, and I know nothing about her. The only thing that I was kind of like, I wasn't like mad. I was just kind of like, is because this is the first female Doctor, and this past season the companion was black and a lesbian, and I felt they were just like, hey, this is everything the fandom wants, let's put it all into one season, instead of kind of like spreading it out.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of progressive things that people are trying to pull off, and they're trying to kind of appeal to the masses, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Well, the argument I got into was because it was on the television subreddit, and I said basically what I just said. I was like, it just seems like they're doing a lot in a short amount of time. Feels like pandering. Like they've gone the past 60 plus years without doing a female, and then all of a sudden they're like, female, and also black lesbian, and let's just cover everything so everybody's happy. And I said I'm optimistic for a season. I'm not mad at the show for doing it. I'm not going to stop watching it. I'm just like, seems a lot in a short amount of time. So somebody was like, you're just assuming they're pandering because of race and gender. And I was like,
I mean, they could be. They could also not be, but I mean,
yeah,
it's
more people
subjective.
More people upvoted my comments in there, so I was like, more people seem to agree with me than you. We ended on a civil note, though. It wasn't like I was told to go jump off a bridge or anything. But
the usual internet.
Yeah. I don't think I'm... Yeah. But that also brings up, since I guess, Blake, you don't watch any Doctor Who, with the past season of Game of Thrones, not the one that starts tonight, it seemed they kind of let most of the good people, quote unquote, live, whereas past seasons, anyone died at any time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if that's not audience. They don't give a shit if they kill off main characters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Last season, it seemed they started to. Besides, I guess, spoilers, because it's been over a year since last season. But besides Hodor and Rickon. But Rickon just kind of... I was like, hey, it's Rickon. Oh.
Yeah, but...
Like, Jon Snow survived the battle. What's his name? The wildling dude survived the battle.
But...
Sir Gopherface survived the battle.
But did those happen in the book?
Well, they're off the books now, right?
Well, yeah, but did it happen in the book? Because they're still probably drawing similarities between the two.
Well, I never...
George R.R. Martin told them the ending that he wants to have. So they're obviously all kind of working towards the same goal.
I guess Game of Thrones is kind of more obscure because we don't know what Martin told them.
Yeah.
Like, he may have told them the ending, but how much of the detail did he write?
Yeah, I mean, Is it pandering to people? Maybe. Just because they want to see their favorite character go until the end or something. But keep in mind, the book is written from the perspectives of a certain amount of people. You know, it's Tyrion, Daenerys, Jon Snow, Bran, and Cersei, I think. So, like, there's... chances are they're not killing off those characters. If they do, then they're cutting off a whole perspective.
Well, those 5 characters, yes, but...
Well, I mean, Jon Snow is one of the people that you mentioned that didn't die. Hodor was... everyone adored him. They killed him.
Yeah, but I'm saying as opposed to the previous 5 seasons.
I mean, they killed Tyrion's father. They killed...
Tywin?
They killed Tywin. Yeah. They killed Tomlin.
Did anyone really care about Tomlin, though? Tommen?
I mean...
I felt like he was there as...
You were there...
as a puppet for Cersei / Marjorie / High Priest.
Well, I mean, yes, but...
And...
There you go. There's another one. They killed Marjorie. They killed a lot of main characters. So I don't know if they're really pandering to the people. Like, everyone likes Jon Snow. I mean, he's really the only one. He and Tyrion are the only 2 that have really survived through...
Daenerys.
Okay, Daenerys too. So those 3 have really survived through...
Jaime.
He had a lot of shit done to him, though.
Yeah, he still made it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll get into Game of Thrones in our next episode. Tease. Well, that was just one that was fresh in mind. Trying to think of any other, like...
I feel like there's a lot of movies that have come out in recent times that have kind of pandered to...
anything with The Rock.
Why?
Because The Rock is super famous, and they're just like, put him in every movie. It'll do well.
That's what you mean by that. I thought you meant, like... I was kind of going back to your theory about Doctor Who and how they're trying to, like... push gender gender fluidity and stuff like that, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know what the...
You know. There's the female Ghostbusters.
Yes.
There you go.
That came out last summer. That
Unfortunately.
was definitely, I don't think it did well either.
No, it did horrible.
It wasn't like, hey, like, this is revolutionary. It's kind of like, let's do it, and then... So it's like, kind of like... Well, that would be the case of, I guess, somebody doing something, thinking they know what the audience wants, and then
realizing that it's not at all what they want.
So there's that perspective, too.
There's definitely been some other movies in recent times. The 50 Shades of Grey series. They keep making it. Because people keep giving them money. They don't care if it's good or not. They're pandering. You know?
Which is kind of funny that 50 Shades of Grey... Oh, okay.
keep going.
They keep making them, but they stopped making Aragon because it was so bad. They stopped making, I think, another movie, because it was so bad. That was supposed to be series. But nowadays, it just seems like if there's a fandom, it will be made.
Yep.
So,
Twilight.
Yeah. Well, yeah. My favorite thing about Twilight, though, is that Robert Pattinson hates the fact that he was in it.
Well, maybe you should have said yes.
What?
So maybe you shouldn't have said yes.
Oh, shouldn't have said yes. I think I should have.
No, maybe you shouldn't have said yes.
But yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I had to turn on the AC. Sorry, people.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear me yelling from the kitchen.
I think, though, one of the things kind of changing gears here into music would be what Taylor Swift has done. Because she was country.
Yeah. In quotation marks.
Yeah. For her first 3 albums?
Yeah.
At least her first
10 years of her career.
Yeah, basically. And then when she released 1989, that was all pop.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Is that
her second album was all pop too, but she wasn't really
what was her second album?
Considered.
Was it Red?
Yeah. Okay, there was like one song on there that was like kind of country-y.
Yeah.
But she just wasn't changed in terms of classification of her music, even though she was doing pop. Like 150% doing pop. I mean, you can say the same thing about a lot of other quote-unquote country singers. Like these super popular, I don't know, name one. Help me out here.
Country?
I don't know country at all.
There's Brad Paisley.
Sure you go.
There's Keith Urban.
There you go. Keith Urban. There's any of these
Australian.
people. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's Australian.
Talking about American country?
Yeah, he's technically a country singer.
Wow. All right.
I did not know he was Australian until this year's Golden Globes because he showed up, and then Calvin was like, "He's Australian." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Did you not know that?" I was like, "No, I thought he was from Kentucky."
The South.
Yeah, like.
But a lot of those, I mean, I guess you could have it as a subgenre of like pop country, but they're doing pop music because there's a certain genre of country music, which, by the way, all sounds the same to me.
Most of the time, yeah. 95% is
yeah,
what I mean
like
by most. There's
literally
a few songs where you're just like, oh, okay.
It's all talking about the same shit too.
Yeah.
It's like drinking whiskey in your pickup truck with your girl and the windows down or some shit on the country roads. There's a bunch of mud.
Only want to be with you.
Is that really considered country?
Well, now he's Darius Rucker, and he's country.
Huh.
He's like the only black country singer.
Yeah. It's a really shitty version of Wagon Wheel. Anyway, that's accurate though. Like, country singers like Keith Urban and... Are you sure it's Brad Paisley? Isn't that the fucking design?
I mean, he might be design.
Paisley, like the design. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Paisley. I'm not going to look it up, but I don't know, man. It's a lot of. I mean, I guess you can say the same thing about any genre, though. Like you can say it about rap or rock.
That's with rap. This is like the most knowledge I know about rap. Is Chance the Rapper. I don't know if it's audience pandering, but a lot of studios wanted to sign him, even though he was independent his first two albums and Grammy winning too, this past Grammys. And they were like, "We'll give you all the money if you sign with us," and he was like, "Nah."
I mean, he's good at what he does. He's a great rapper. That's just him not selling out. I mean, Macklemore did the same thing.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
It's an independent label.
They're not, and they're still successful.
Right. And he hasn't signed with anyone, really.
No, he's still...
So do you think it's really, like, audience pandering? Like, oh, this guy's really good, so studios are like, wow, we should give him money to produce his...
I think it's pandering on the studios because they would probably sign him and then say, hey, do music this way. Because this is how a lot of other rappers
I feel like it's more of a business decision to like try and get someone that's super popular. It's not necessarily them being pandered to. It's just like, hey, this is a good business decision and he's popular. We can make money from him. Let's see if we can scoop up his label. But they can't because it's Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapster.
Chance the Rapster. Now available on Napster.
Wow.
Hmm.
Movies. I think there's like TV shows maybe as they got deeper in the seasons. Cover Game of Thrones, but like they were like, hey, we audience is like, hey, we want to see this. We're going to do it.
No, I mean, I was going to say something about, like, I can't really verify any of this because I stopped watching the series a while ago, but with Walking Dead, I feel like there was a lot of cult followings and like backings of some of the actors. Like Daryl was so well loved, and he was supposed to die a long time ago, according to the comic books, but because everyone loved him so much, they kept him on. Very similar to like Jesse from Breaking Bad, or
did everybody love him? Because Jesse Breaking Bad was only 6 episodes, and Vince Gilligan and company were like, "Hey, he's good."
Yeah, I mean that's different.
Also, writers,
it's different.
Yeah.
Another example of that. It's actually very recent. Oh, geez, hold on. I can find this out. Sorry.
To the Google.
Traditional
click,
traditional Sqwadcast fashion. Nelson Ellis from True Blood, who had just recently passed away, actually from alcohol withdrawal. I read a story. Well, I guess it's not really a story. It's kind of a little note that Stephen Moyer, one of the leads from True Blood, if you guys know him, is married to, Anna
Paquin.
Anna Paquin.
Oscar winner Anna Paquin. She won at 11.
And they were all in True Blood together. So he wrote something, and he's like, according to the books, this character was supposed to die, but because he was so well received in the first season of True Blood, and everyone in the studio loved him too, and he did such a great job, and it was so magical the way he acted and played. What was the actor's or his character's name?
I've never seen True Blood.
It's good. Except like the late seasons. Like stop at season 5 and you'll be fine. God damn, what was his name? But anyway, Lafayette, that's it. Because of the pandering that from fans and from internal, they kept him on, and he stayed throughout the seasons, except he was supposed to die halfway through the first season or something. Because True Blood was based off of books too.
Like everything.
Yeah, like a lot of things. Like almost everything. I don't know. I feel, and maybe we should talk about pandering to actually make movies instead of or TV series or something like that, instead of talking about like influences within, like throughout its history and its runtime, because like there's a couple of things like there's a lot of pressure to make like the Assassin's Creed movie, or like the World of Warcraft movies and stuff like that, and they didn't really do well, but there was pressure to make these movies and kind of appease to these crowds that I guess these movie industries are trying to kind of rake in more profit from, I guess, or something. The entire Marvel universe is almost that way, because like after they was so well received with the first Captain America and Iron Man's and stuff like that, people were like, wow, we want more, and then we're like, okay, and they upped production and made gigantic, extravagant, amazing movies. So I guess that's kind of in part to the amount of money that we gave them.
Yeah,
that's kind of helpful, but
like Iron Man was amazing, and then it was like Hulk and Iron Man 2 were kind of and then First Avenger was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that was when people were like, hey, like word spread, and because it's been almost 10 years already. It was 2008 when Iron Man came out.
Yeah.
So in that span, that's a short time to explode that universe. They're already in the phase 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know, man. There's a lot of things that have kind of been... I mean, this is all conjecture, though, unfortunately. Like, do we know that, panhandling... Or not panhandling. Give me your money. Do we know that pandering was effective in doing these? Yeah. No, but you can kind of see breadcrumbs and a trail that kind of...
a part. Like, I was thinking with the superhero movies, everybody wants Fantastic Four to be Marvel.
Yeah.
And Fox refused, and look where it got them.
Fourth shitty movie.
Yeah, Fan-4-Stick.
Yeah.
Fourth. There's 3, right?
4. 3. Original, and then, Silver Surfer,
and then
remake,
and then 4-Stick.
Remake.
There's 2 remakes? Only 1 remake.
Okay, so 3.
It was 2 with Jessica Alba.
And then one with
Miles Teller and Kate Mara.
Yeah.
Which
I guess it was only 3. Yeah. They were all kind of bad, honestly. Yeah. Even in retrospect. Robbie and I were actually talking about it yesterday. Well, were you and I talking about it too?
Was it at Goobies?
It might have been.
Or was it in my apartment?
No, it was at your apartment. We were all talking about it and about how even like in the moment Fantastic Four was great, but looking back on it now, that movie was terrible.
Oh yeah.
It's trash. I mean, you can say that for a lot of movies, like Titanic. In the moment, everyone was, like, smitten with it. But now, in 2017, it's like, wow, that movie was actually kind of bad.
The effects still hold up. Don't get me wrong.
For its time period.
Even still today.
Yeah.
The ship cracking in half is... Yeah. And the water and levels slowly... Like, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But besides that...
I mean, it's no Avatar or something like that, you know?
Which is another... James Cameron... Special effects, horrible movie.
Yeah.
I think he's making Avatar 2.
Uh-huh.
It's like happening now.
Uh-huh. But you know, a small tangent. I just kind of want to vent my anger about that movie just a little bit.
Tangents.
If hypothetically you created this world of Avatar, like you were. Put yourself in James Cameron's shoes in college when he was making this.
Right, okay. That was like a 20-year plan, right?
You get to the part where you're like, okay, we're on an alien planet. What are they looking for? And you write down with your own hand unobtainium. And then later in that movie, or in your world, you go, they should mine this. If you originally call it unobtainium, that's fine. But once you start obtaining it, wouldn't you call it obtainium? Or something different? Because they're literally harvesting the entire planet for this stuff. So it's not very unobtainable.
Did they get it?
That's what they were doing.
But they were trying to get it. Did they actually get it?
They did, yeah.
No.
They were like mining it for super weapons and shit, right?
I don't know. I saw the movie once.
They were trying to get, like...
It was on a cruise.
The motherlode vein of it, and it was, like, underneath that mother tree thing. The life tree, I think. I don't know, dude. That movie was just really pretty. That was it. Not, like, literally.
That's what bugs me so much about it. Everybody was like, this movie's awesome. I was like, it wasn't. Like,
it was really
It was Pocahontas, which was Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
Like,
look, another thing we stole from the Native Americans.
Yeah.
God damn it. James Cameron / Christopher Columbus. Well, not Christopher Columbus, I guess. Well, I mean, he was technically the one that Ian just grew. Never mind, whatever. That's
about to go on a history tangent.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I found out where the term bury the hatchet came from.
Some murder?
No. It was when European settlers got into a fight with Native Americans, but then they put away their differences. They buried their weapons, so they can't fight anymore. And Native
theoretically.
Theoretically. So Native Americans, the hatchet was one of their main weapons, so they ended up burying the hatchet.
Gotcha. Interesting. You know why it's called Let the Cat Out of the Bag?
I did. I forgot.
During slave times, they would keep the leather whips in a bag between whippings, I guess. And the whips look like kind of like cat tails.
Yeah, they're called cat of nine tails.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Not of cat. Cat of nine.
Something like that. Yeah. And letting the cat out of the bag. There you go. Tainted history lessons with Blake and Tim.
Tainted.
Yeah. Well, our tainted past of slavery and Indian genocide. Native American genocide, sorry. Didn't mean to be slightly racist there.
Like that dude who left at Islamabad but not San Francisco.
What a dick.
Yeah. Well, so one thing that came to mind was somebody changing their image from what the audience expected and still being successful. And that was Matthew McConaughey.
From what period to now?
Early his career, I think like 90s, early 2000s, he was always just the handsome charmer.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, in one of his first movies where Dazed and Confused, I never saw the movie, but the plot, from what I've read, is kind of just like he was the ladies' man in high school, because they were all high schoolers in that movie. And then, I don't know if he took time off or just his movies weren't as big, but then he came back with The Lincoln Lawyer, and then Dallas Buyers Club and True Detective, where he plays this, like, deep, psychologically crazy people, yet that made him more successful than what already made him successful.
I think that's more of a time period kind of thing. And early in Matthew McConaughey's, even if it was like early 90s, late 80s, something like that he was like, he really gained traction. That was a very different time. People weren't looking for those psychological movies and stuff like that. They were just like looking for an escape. And we had movies like, God, there's so many things that you can just like spout out that are just like mind-numbing movies. You could talk about goddamn.
Yeah, so many movies.
Yeah, that one. The one with the thing. And
yeah, and there's people.
God damn
Are
it.
you just thinking of 80s movies?
I'm thinking of like 80s, 90s, like the most popular kind of movies that were like...
I mean, like...
created.
10 Things I Hate About You. The Ferris Bueller. Anything John Hughes.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that was...
Ferris Bueller.
Very mind-numbing and...
I wouldn't say it was mind-numbing, it was just like a fun movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's... You don't have to think about the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't recalls to the beginning like you have with... like every movie
if Ferris
now.
Bueller was non-linear.
Yeah. I mean, besides Tarantino movies that were created in 70s, 80s, 90s, or 80s, 90s.
90s.
I feel like there was one in like 89.
Came out in 92.
92? That was his first movie?
Yeah.
Oh, alright, so 92. But,
I mean, he probably did films in college, but like his first
early 90s and stuff like that. I mean, you have like movies... I mean, dude, it doesn't even matter. You can say movies like Heist or Heat. Like, these were popular movies. Eraser. These were popular movies for their time, but it was just mind-numbing action movies. There wasn't really very convoluted plot like there is now. And, like, real depth to stories. Inception. Oh my god, dude. Like, every movie created these days, Jesus. Like, even Baby Driver and stuff like that, you know?
Ghostbusters, I mean...
Ugh, no, okay, not every movie. Something else that I've seen
I was actually watching
recently.
this video, kind of off a little bit, but it was about Marvel, and it was the 10 complaints about Marvel that make no sense, basically. Mm-hmm. And one of them was that the villain, or there's no dark themes or something.
Okay, it's Marvel.
Yeah, but there are dark themes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Iron Man is suffering from PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America is 70 years later trying to find his way and dealing with the decisions he made to leave. What else did he? Bruce Banner is dealing with, being the Hulk. Like, it's not like
internal turmoil,
it's not like death, yeah, but there's still quite a few struggles people are going through. The whole Civil War thing, that whole debate of
it's literally an entire movie.
Yeah, I mean the plot
centered around a dark theme.
Yeah,
but whatever. Thor losing his brother to a dark entity, basically.
His mom, too.
Losing his mom.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Ragnarok, maybe his dad.
There's a lot of
kind
of dark things
up in the air. Yeah, but that's. So I'm saying, everybody thinks, oh, it's just a big action movie. It's like, there are legit, themes in these movies.
Yeah. Scarlet Witch losing her brother in front of her.
Yeah. Some I thought about Black Widow, and I was like,
no.
When did that happen? Yeah, Scarlet Witch.
Hawkeye having to leave his family all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of...
also with Scarlet Witch, she felt she was at fault for the war thing in the beginning of Civil War, where the building collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
So she thought she was at fault,
right.
so she was dealing with that.
Right.
Saying she killed innocent people.
Because she pushed, what's his name, through the building or whatever. Or no, she threw the dude that was going to explode.
Crossbones threw the grenade.
Yeah.
And then she pulled Captain America away and tried to push Crossbones away.
Yeah. And then if we really want to kind of get into it, because it's still technically MCU, Daredevil, Punisher.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
Alcoholism.
It's all dark as shit, actually. Yeah. I feel like Jessica Jones was pretty dark.
Dealing with alcoholism and also David Tennant.
Yeah.
Just
being terrifying.
Walk off a bridge, yeah.
Dude, one of the best villains.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's David Tennant.
Yeah. I mean, not his... I'm just saying, in general, that was so well done.
Oh, yeah. And there was a good actor behind it.
Yeah.
It's good writing. It's good.
What was the actor's... Or not the actor's name, the... Grim... something Lock? No.
It was, something with a K. Kilgrave,
there it is.
Yeah. Purple Man.
Purple Man.
But not Purple Man. But still Purple Man.
But Purple Man.
Yeah. Well, he dressed in all purple. They just never called him Purple Man.
Logan?
Yeah.
That whole movie was sad as shit.
That's technically outside the MCU, but still.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually fair.
And that whole X-Men timeline is...
Yeah.
I have no idea what one is to the other, what counts, what doesn't, what Days of Future Past erased, what it didn't, what timeline Logan is on. Deadpool's just there. I saw that on Reddit too today. They were talking about I forget what it was talking about, but they were talking about Logan, and then someone was like, "So does that take place after the Wolverine or after X3?" And so it was like, I don't know. Like, who actually knows?
I don't think anyone really does.
Yeah, because apparently one of the theories is that its origins, Wolverine, the one in Japan, and then Logan is like its own trilogy, and then X-Men is its own timeline. So it's like, but then Days of Future Past happened to make it different timeline.
Ugh.
Oh, the question was, it was in Ask Reddit, it was like, what happy ending actually is pretty sad, like after the credits. And, and they said in X-Men, because in Logan, like, most of the mutants are dead. And in Days of Future Past, almost all the mutants are dead, so no matter what timeline you're in, everybody's dead.
So, how was that a happy ending?
Well, because, like, in Days of Future Past, everybody was like, yeah, we saved the world because there's no Sentinels anymore.
But everyone's dead.
But in Logan's timeline, everybody's dead. Yeah. Except Logan and little girl.
X-23.
23, yeah. X-23.
Which is probably just going to be the next spin-off, and so it's just going to basically be Wolverine again.
I kind of hope they end it, though. I don't know if I want to see a solo movie of hers.
Do you really think that...
Probably not, but...
Fox will give it up?
Panic. Yeah.
I mean, they won't give up Fantastic Four, so... Chances are they won't give up X-Men either.
Well, I'm saying, like, whether it's Fox or Marvel, I'd rather just leave that Wolverine on that note.
Just Wolverine, specifically?
That movie timeline. Like, unless...
Because the X-Men are a huge role. Had they been under Marvel's control right now, they would play a huge role in Infinity War.
Oh, yeah. And Civil War, too. Because wasn't X-Men, like, one side?
I don't know, man. The comics are even more convoluted than the fucking X-Men timeline. So
yeah, there's so many alternate.
Yeah, Planet Earth 2.
Yeah, Earth 2, the Dark Universe.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of confusing shit.
Yeah. Well, that was the one with. I think people were upset at was Iron Man 3. Which I enjoyed that movie because I may have talked about this before. Because it didn't do what the audience expected. Because the Mandarin, the way it was in the movie, didn't happen the way in the comics.
Okay. I'm just trying to find my phone.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Awkward silence.
I don't really remember Iron Man 3 very much.
It was... So. What's his name?
Oh, here it is.
Ben Kingsley played the Mandarin, but then he... Spoiler alerts. But
Is that to do with the lightning whip thing?
No, that was Whiplash. That was Iron Man 2.
Okay, so 3 was...
So 3 was the Asian terrorist dude who bombed with the fire stuff that regenerated people. And then you found out Ben Kingsley was just an actor and Guy Pearce was the guy in charge.
Oh, the black guy that was like the dad of the son? Project Firestorm or whatever it was called?
No black guy.
Oh.
I mean, there was Rhodes, but
he wasn't. Another show
the dude
mixed
was,
up with...
the dude was playing an Asian. Ben Kingsley was playing an Asian terrorist, quote unquote. But then you found out he was an actor, and Guy Pearce was in charge, and the vice president, the short bald dude, knew what Guy Pearce was doing.
I don't think I ever actually saw Iron Man 3.
Project Extremis. You never saw Iron Man 3?
I don't think I did. What am I getting Project Firestorm from?
And Happy blew up.
Oh, Project I'm getting that from, I think I'm getting it from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
Getting some things kind of convoluted. Yeah, I don't think I saw Iron Man 3. That'll probably do it. Probably why I don't recall it very much. I remember the second one.
Yeah. Which was meh.
Then I remembered Ultron.
Ultron. Yep.
But that was Avengers, technically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got nothing.
Well, yeah, I just remember there was a lot of negative feedback because the Mandarin in the comics is supposed to be this like badass dude who has the power over, like, his rings give him like superpowers, and he's super strong, super smart, super everything, and he's like Iron Man's like toughest enemy to face, and so they like, there was the twist, which I guess spoiler alert, when you find out the guy you think is the Mandarin isn't the Mandarin, and the other guy is actually the Mandarin, but he's just white dude. And you're like, he can't be the Mandarin, he's not Asian. But like, I was just like, it's just a different way of looking at it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, never saw the movie. I can't really comment on it, I guess, very much. Yeah. So I don't know any other topics to talk about for our original
Yeah. Oh, was there
theme.
Were there any like video games that like a sequel or a third one came out just because the audience wanted to see something?
A new game coming out because people wanted it. I'm not sure, but
designing a game like
there's been updates that a lot of developers have done because of feedback from the community. But that's becoming a huge norm in the industry now. You know, this is more so in terms of multiplayer games. Here's actually a huge one. End of Mass Effect 3 sucked shit. It was the worst piece of trash ever, or 2, whichever one it was, I don't remember. And it was so bad, in fact, that the community backlash and outrage from it was so great that the studio actually made a new ending and patched it into the game. And was like, here's the new ending, do this one instead, or like, you get this one instead. So, I mean, that's a lot of pandering. I mean, did it save the game? I guess, maybe, but
there was, well, I don't know about video games, I was going to get into social media, but I don't want to jump ship yet.
I don't know, man.
Okay, fine, social media.
Go for it.
Just the one that with Twitter, I saw a really funny tweet that with the newest update, everything's round now. It was kind of funky when I first saw it. And somebody tweeted, they were like, everyone on Twitter, can we get an edit button? And then it was like, Twitter execs, let's make everything round. Like, and there's still no edit button.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone
is saying, like, we want this one thing, and Twitter's like, nah.
Yeah. They're focusing on, like, other things.
Yeah.
It was funny, I saw a tweet today, actually, that, I mean, I guess it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's, like, pandering, but, so, there was a screenshot of, a tweet from Pornhub on Reddit, about YouTube. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, YouTube now, if you hover your mouse over the video, it shows you a 3-second, like, clip of the video, like, not that it is at all useful, but it's an option that now exists. And apparently Pornhub had, I don't know, I don't want to say patented, but they started it, I guess. And,
or at least made it famous.
Yeah, or I mean, I didn't know about it, but sure. YouTube kind of copied it from that. So is that kind of like pandering? I guess a little bit. Like, you know,
copying.
Pornhub is probably one of the most like viewed and visited websites in the entire history of the internet, you know? So to take a little something from them because the user feedback is so positive about it, I guess, you know, I don't know.
Oh, porn. Ahead of its time.
Yeah, man.
Ugh.
VR porn, that's probably a thing.
Yeah.
There's
always a porn.
For
everything.
Insert fetish here.
Yeah. Fetish or new technology.
Girls with only 4 toes.
I saw this picture, it was like how when smartphones came out and the screens were smaller and smaller, and it was like 2010, I think, because it started in 2007. Then it went like smaller and smaller, and then there was an arrow pointing at 2010. It was like when we realized we could watch porn on our phones, and then screens got bigger and bigger.
It's kind of true, I guess, right?
If there's internet, there's porn.
Yeah. It was a interesting Ask Reddit the other day. It was, what fetish are you 100% certain doesn't exist?
Oh, yes. I didn't see the thread, but I did see that question.
And, like, the top comment was, like, there's kind of a intrinsic problem with this question. Is there's either one of 2 theories, or 2 options, I guess. You have option 1, where you could be like, well, just liking vaginas can't be a fetish because it's so common and normal as, you know, a heterosexual human or you know, like whatever, as a male to female, that is.
I like only vagina. Just show me vagina.
Yeah,
keep everything else closed.
But like, it can't be a fetish because it's a normal thing. It's a, you know, it is what it is. You can't really have like a fetish about something so basic, quote unquote, right? And that was the theory of the first school of thought, and it was like, well, you could argue by saying, well, technically, and then, you know, you can get into thing, but it's kind of a subjective thought process. And then the second one was, well, you could also go super specific, so specific, in fact, that it can't possibly exist out in the internet. And the example was like, you know, a 3 appendaged woman with only 4 toes playing a 1976 Ibanez guitar while, like, doing Dance Revolution in the pickup bed of a Chevy Tahoe or something like that, right? While also getting fucked or whatever. And then he was like, the problem with this is, while extremely specific, someone probably gets a tingling in their pants when they read this. So there might actually become a fetish of this specific thing. So, intrinsically speaking, everything will be a fetish, I guess. I don't know, it's just...
Yeah.
It's an odd Reddit that I read the other day. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Oh, Reddit.
Yeah. Probably one of my favorite websites in the entire world.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, I was thinking of the doctor thing, which is on Reddit now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God!
What?
George Romero died.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Well, that's shitty. Well, rest in peace, one of horror's greatest minds. Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well. I don't know, man. I don't think I have very much to add to this subject anymore.
Yeah, I was kind of focused on Ask Reddit now. Oh, shower thoughts.
I will go through dozens of pages of porn websites trying to find a specific one, but I will not go through the second page of Google search to find something non-pornographic that I may be looking for. It's very true. The movie has a 3 out of 5 rating. I might watch it, but if it has a 6 out of 10, I'm not touching it with the 10-foot pole. Another issue with the rating system, but I feel like that's a whole episode itself. I'm not saying pizza is a reason to live, but I'm saying I've noticed I drive a lot more carefully when there's one in the car.
I'll be slightly disappointed if there isn't a nightclub in San Francisco named San Fran Disco.
Yeah, man. See? I like their little logo, too.
Yeah.
It's cool. So let's see if there's any...
10 minutes left. We got some Ask Reddit.
I mean, that's not very...
Yeah. Well, the second one.
Okay. I mean, this is an interesting one. You were killed and death lets you choose a game to challenge him for another chance at life. What game do you choose? Let's see, the top voted one is a race to scoop 1 gallon of water out of a bucket using only your hands. That fucker is all bones, so there's no way he wins.
Dude, I bet he has gloves for this.
Edit, major clarification. We must each use our individual hands to scoop the water out of our own individual buckets. Though it may be a hilarious visual, death is not allowed to use my hands. 1v1 on Rust. Shoutouts to Call of Duty. Highest number, he can go first. Okay. Mario Kart Wii 5 tracks, mirror mode, hard CPUs, bikes only, aggressive items. I get the GameCube controller, he gets the Donkey Kong bongos.
I would have to say, Wii Golf, I could probably beat death in. Or bowling.
But I mean, that's like an actual game, like where you have a chance of losing. These people are like choosing things like, you know, seeing who can raise 100 million euros for my family in the land of the living first. Win-win. Hide and seek. He hides, I seek. Coin flip. Ow, that's... Either way, either I win or I endlessly tie with him. Either way, I postpone the void.
Dormammu.
Yeah. I've come to bargain. I've come to play tic-tac-toe. How much you can twist the skin on your elbow? Is it a fiddle playing contest, a game? Johnny. For those of you who don't get that, the devil went down to Georgia.
I would play death in Jiggly Ball.
Jeez. What makes you lose respect for a person instantly? They expect me to listen to comment on every single thing they have to say, but they do not pay any attention to anything I have to say. It's true. I drink and drive and brag about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or anything that's stupid and they brag about it.
Yeah.
Like bad grades or drugs or...
Getting pregnant.
Yeah.
With like your 4th kid before your age of 20.
Yeah. I'm 22, already have a 4-year-old. Nope. Swipe left.
Insulting someone else to make themselves look better in comparison. It doesn't make you look better, it makes you look like an asshole. They post all over Facebook about how they just started selling for blank. Insert pyramid scheme here. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is a good one, actually.
Yeah.
I have no patience for people who ask me for help and then start vocalizing their doubts about my abilities when I provide aid for free. That shit is very bothersome. Science.
People who think they know your job better than you. Kind of similar to that. But I get that at lifeguarding a lot.
People who are dicks to service people or aren't respectful of what they do. Servers, janitors, counter people, etc. etc. Yeah.
First people you should be friends with are the janitors.
Yeah.
Dumbest myth. That was actually really funny.
This one?
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of that.
The Bermuda Triangle was going to be a larger issue than it actually is. Oh, I guess I should read the question. The dumbest misconception that you had as a kid. I thought the whole country was a fan of the Atlanta Braves and then that other baseball teams just existed to play the Braves. I grew up in North Carolina where it was very hilly. I thought that the dinosaurs just laid down or they had died and the dirt just covered them up.
I thought everybody lived in a house and apartments didn't exist. Because I lived in a house and all my friends lived in houses because we were all in the same neighborhood. And then I realized people live in apartments.
Nice. Here's a good one. My dad thought this exact same thing when he was younger too. I thought in the radio, like anytime a song would play, it would be the bands like going to the studio and playing it live every time that they play the song. So like switching stations and like hearing the same song on two different stations, you'd be like, what? But
imagine that nowadays if that was true.
Obviously that's not. It's not a thing.
It's just the Chainsmokers running every radio station.
Yeah.
Play closer again.
I was convinced that the moon was following me wherever I rode the bus/car when I was a kid. It confused the hell out of me. Out of all the people on this earth, why is the moon following me? I felt pretty special. I thought girls had a ball sack with a hole in it. Just a plain old dickless ball sack. I used to think that CGI in movies was all done by someone frame by frame, pixel by pixel, and MS Paint by someone who was really good at picking the right colors in the color palette screen. Possibly because of the time MS Paint was the only imaging editing software I'd ever really seen. That adults have absolute control on their lives. Ain't that the fucking truth? Tiny Manning lived in the traffic lights and would switch the colors. Alright, let's see. Half of Blink 182 is Wink 91. What would be the half name be of other stuff?
1 1/4 men.
10.5 co-pilots. 1 pack.
Med student tray. Mediums.
Biggie Smalls. Luke Warmio.
Hot. Who's hot? Hot. I don't know.
Coolio?
Maybe.
Yeah, cool. Luke Warmio, Coolio. Tupac, 1 portion. Pre-med Dre. Harry Potter and the First Year Philosopher Student's Pebble.
And the Nook of
Harry Potter and the Nook of Partially No Knowledge. Harry Potter and the Defendant of Azkaban. Harry Potter and the Shot Glass of Sparks. Harry Potter and the Club of the Bird. Harry Potter and the Quarter Blood Prince. Harry Potter and the Mildly Dangerous Hollows.
Mildly Worried
At the Country Club. Done.
Yep.
Tinnitus Leopard. Oh my god.
Malt.
Fucking Def Leppard.
Malt.
1 1/4 men.
Malt.
The Mild Chili Peppers. 6 Mildly Annoyed Men. That's good. Ammo and Seeds. Wow. R1D1. 1 girl, half a cup. I'm a big shopper at temporarily 10.5.
I get it.
I'm a big shopper at temporarily 10.5.
Temporarily 10.5. Ignore that. the beginning part of that.
Forever 21.
There it is.
Oh, it's Forever 21. Okay. 2.5 fingers hurt slap. 4.5 inch tacks.
And shoe locked.
Quarter
Half
life.
fake cucumber puffs. 3.5 nation.
3.5 nation army.
State militia.
Almost caught 11. Catch 22.
Yeah.
Stuff Oreos. Rag Rob right tangle shorts. Fucking SpongeBob. SquarePants. Green Day would be blue morning and yellow afternoon.
Like that one.
I don't know how to say it's
the movie 7.
Yeah, number 7.
It has
there's
the 7 in the middle instead of the V.
But it's 3.5 in the half of Milli Manila is still nothing. 1.5 men and a premature baby. You two. You one.
One's dead.
The above average 2.
Oh, Fantastic Four.
Oh god.
Oh, the internet and its cleverness. What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
NASCAR. Oh god. Golf already has a mandatory level of alcohol. Olympic diving. Baseball.
Couples figure skating. Ooh.
Politics. Done. Thread. So that was the...
Yeah. Best college budget meal.
I mean, let's see. Adderall and gum. Breakfast. French toast, 2 eggs, beat them, dash of milk, dash of sugar, dash of cinnamon. Soak it up with 3 slices of bread, cook, serve. Eggs, 2 eggs, fry them. 2 pieces of toast them. Potato, nougat, and a cup of water. Done. Egg drop soup. Top ramen, cook it. Cook it. At a boil. Egg it. Done. Okay. Lunch. Sandwich. Dinner. Chili noodles. Can of fucking Hormel chili. Pack of noodles. Cook mix. Poor man spaghetti. Put some fucking mac and cheese to get... Put some fucking mac and cheese to get made and slice some motherfucking hot dogs in it.
That is good.
Lastly,
don't hate on the hot dogs and
chicken.
mac and cheese.
Get a chicken, herb it, bake it, and reserve throughout the week.
Sometimes the comments are the best part, though.
Rice and beans.
Yeah.
Fried rice, baby. Some eggs, some kind of vegetable, some kind of protein. Rice, soy sauce. Cook boatload of rice days in advance. Dry veggies and protein thingies. Put some eggs into frying pan or wok. Throw in veggies and protein thingies. Throw rice in and pour soy sauce over. Then stir that shit till it's done. Add peppers or sesame oil or whatever else you want. Okay, I mean, this is... This is kind of interesting. What's a question scientists still can't answer? If you snap your homie a dick pic and he screenshots it, who's gay?
No, not who's gay. Who gay?
Yeah, who gay?
Who gay?
Sorry. Why placebos work?
Yep.
How they're able to relieve real pain. That's a lot of words that I don't exactly...
Why did OP is a serious thing? Oh my god.
Wow. Why it has taken my dad 13 years to pick up some milk from the store.
Oh, did you see the first comment on that one?
Your dad is stuck in a paradox where he can only approach the milk by half the distance between them per hour. By this point in time, your dad most likely is the milk. Drink him down and allow him to strengthen your bones so they may easily carry your shattered heart.
Wholesome memes.
Why dark matter, roughly 90% of the universe by mass, is so freaking hard to isolate. As far as we can tell, it's everywhere in the galaxy, so there should be some near us right now. The older a galaxy is, the higher the proportion of dark matter. Therefore, it's being created as I write this. But where does it come from? Where is it going? Why can't we detect any of it?
Very good. There's a really funny comment on this one.
Where did it come from? Where did it go? I was thinking the exact same thing. Where did it come from? Dark matter, though. And then a bunch of fiddle emojis. Do crabs think the fishes can fly?
Shower thoughts.
Why do I crave attention as much as I hate it? How that guy lost 60 pounds in 3 easy steps. Why we sleep. Why is the McFlurry machine at McDonald's always broken?
Well, we're at an hour 5.
Let's read one more.
Okay. Let's see if there's a funny one.
This has got to be good.
That's a serious one. I mean, serious tag, but
yeah.
Weird.
Sex workers of Reddit. What's the strangest thing a client has ever paid for? I'm an occasional cam girl. Strangest gig I've accepted was from this dude who had a CPR fetish. That's already a little weird. I made this video basically role-playing that I was afraid I might drown in my hot tub and wanted the viewer to know exactly how CPR is performed. He ended up being one of my all-time favorite customers.
Stand up.
Was a stripper. Had a jewelry maker have him tell me... Wow, okay. Had a jewelry maker have me tell him what my favorite stone was, and then he described what he would make for me. Took him like 4 songs, so I made $80. Dom/sex worker here, formally. I was paid to read a lot of excerpts from the New Testament to one guy while I poured really hot water onto him. That one takes the cake for the creepiest. The one that takes the cake for the silliest was a college kid who paid me to wear all blue and pretend I was a girl from Willy Wonka that turned into a blueberry. Paid $90 to turn things on and off with my dick for 2 hours. The choice of items would be turned on and off was all mine. I learned how to turn on my toaster oven with my cock, though. The customer requested 10 pictures, yes, just 10, of me wearing an all-white Zentai suit. What is that? Do you know what a Zentai suit is?
I do not.
Just have it on and take 10 pics. Dude even bought the suit and shipped it to me. Just wanted those 10 pics. I did it, and the guy was happy as a clam. Oh, now I have to look up a Zentai suit.
A clam is that happy, though.
I'm kind of... Oh, it's a morph suit.
So it's purple, man.
That's
a mermaid one? What is that?
So it's literally just a...
What?
Okay, unless you're really trying to be kind of fucking weird.
Green Man. When the hell did I become Green Man?
That's a little too long. Alright, this is the last one I'll read. Once a client asked me to make him a 15-minute video of me being sexy with my knees. Even sent me example videos. At the beginning of the video, I had to turn on a car with my knees. Worth it, though. Huh. Alright.
People are weird.
Yeah, man. People are strange.
Yep.
When you're strange, no one remembers your name. Wait. When you're strange. When you're strange. No. The Doors? Really? Jeez. It's a good song. Alright, well, that was, I guess, our thoughts on a lot of things.
later tonight, we are recording our Game of Thrones review episode.
Which will probably be a short one. I don't think
we'll
like do another hour-long episode of recapping every second of the show. That doesn't really make sense.
So that's, time's up in here anyway. We usually aim for an hour, and who knows.
I don't know if I really want to aim for an hour
not
recap of an hour-long episode.
20 minutes,
Yeah.
I know people, I've watched videos, they do WWE pay-per-views. They do like a reaction video. Like if you know someone's watching it, 3-hour pay-per-view, they'll do in 20 minutes. So, yeah, we're not doing a video though, we're just doing audio.
Yeah.
But yes. So, stay tuned for that. Be on the lookout for that.
Also, the reason for you guys not seeing, for those people who are actually religiously watching us, the last couple of episodes I've been trying to upload for the past 2 weeks, and they have not been uploading. I don't know what's wrong. I'm trying to figure it out. So, sorry, people out there, I guess. So...
Yeah. Also, if you haven't, although like 30 people have, did a set at a comedy club called Magoobies. It is on Facebook. Check it out.
Oh, you posted a video of it?
Yep.
Who took the...
Sarah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She took it
right there.
Vertical. Obviously. Yeah, I think she did.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Anyway, but check that out. He did a really good set.
I fit my wallet in my back pocket. That was Robbie's favorite part.
Yeah. Thing looked like it was...
I didn't...
From recreating the scene from Alien was coming out of...
Oh.
What's her name's chest?
Oh, that was just some dude.
Or some dude, yeah. It wasn't from...
I don't know. Yeah. But that was a lot of fun. So, I'm glad to do a quote-unquote open mic at a place where people show up and expect comedy versus a bar that people just happen to be at when the open mic starts. And they're like, oh, an open mic? And they watch the first 2 people and leave.
It is nice, but like...
Yeah.
The $10 ticket plus like 2-item minimum just to go to an open mic all the time, that's...
Well, plus the headliner, I think, is...
Oh, okay, I guess, like the headliner, I guess is what you're paying for, technically.
It was... I think it was only 11 this time, but there's usually 12.
Actually, let's continue.
Yeah, there's 12 amateur comedians, and then a 25-minute headliner, plus the host, but he does like 10 minutes, and he just introduces the comics. So... so it was fun.
Who is this girl?
Keep you updated on future.
Yeah, no, like shout outs to Jenny Zagrino. We saw live the same day. She was in Bad Santa too. She did a really good job. She was really funny. Yeah, I really liked her. So
did crowd work.
Yeah, and apparently she has a Comedy Central special coming out.
I didn't hear that part.
In the near future. So I guess check that out. I was actually really entertained during her set.
Yeah.
And I know we've kind of talked about this a little bit when we were talking about Amy Schumer in that episode, whatever episode that was, but
well, we did
the comedy episode.
We did the comedy episode, and then
6 or 8 or something like that.
And then we did I think we talked about Amy Schumer in other episodes.
Yeah, we definitely have. But props on not talking about your vagina the whole time. Appreciate that a lot, actually.
Talk about her butthole instead.
Which is actually fine, because everyone has a butthole, you know? So
it was funny the way she did it to me. My dad were cracking up.
Yeah. It wasn't, like, grody, you know? It wasn't disgusting and... male comics don't talk about their dick the entire time, so, don't talk about your vagina the whole time, so... but, yeah, shout-outs to Jenny Zagrino. It's an awesome set. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Yep. Until next time, Squad out.